I'm pleased to be joined by former Georgia tight end Brock Bowers. Brock, how you doing, man?
Doing good. Doing good over here. Super Bowl media row. So
Well,
good.
I want to start with something that I just learned about you, but maybe you still can fill me in on this. Do you still build with Legos?
No, I haven't in a while.
The reason I ask is I heard this epic story about your family at Legoland being super competitive and like whooping like 9 out of 10 families. Like, fill me in on this story.
Oh yeah, I mean I was pretty young, but we were over at Legoland. There was this like competition game. We like pump water, and we were up there just going crazy, just celebrating, high fiving. We were just beating every family that came up. So, and if you won, you got to stay. So we just kept winning. It was funny.
Well, you got your start in Napa, which is a very odd place for me, being a college football fan, to see a tight end like yourself end up at Georgia. The resume speaks for itself. National championships, unanimous All-American, 2-time Mackey Award winner. But I got to ask, how do you get from Napa to wanting to play for Kirby Smart, Todd Hartley in Georgia?
Yeah, I mean, it happened at a weird time during COVID, and kind of everything in California on the West Coast kind of shut down. And I kind of wanted to be at a place where I knew it wouldn't shut down, and that was kind of in like the South and in the East, it doesn't really shut down. So I also wanted to play for the best, and just kind of win games, and it seemed to work out.
Your commitment kind of snuck up on us to that point, right? I believe it's August 2020. Do I have that right?
I'm not even sure. I think so.
Okay. Reason I asked that is also you kind of came up for me in the camp scene, and I wonder how much of your success do you attribute to being able to show up to these camps and put on for recruiting analysts as well as coaches?
Yeah, I think a main thing that boosted my recruitment was, I guess, one camp. It was the opening, the Nike opening, and I ran a good 40, jumped a high vertical, just tested really well, and that's kind of what set me off, and I think kind of drew attention to the film of the previous year.
Your parents go to Utah State. Again, you grow up in Napa. You go through these camp circuits, but I gotta believe there were some programs on the West Coast and closer to home that were interested in your services, even after you decided you wanted to go play in Georgia, given the climate of football at the time. Did you ever entertain going anywhere else?
Yeah, I definitely did. I was entertaining places closer to home and also up in the Northeast too. But I mean, I think I just found the right fit with Georgia, and people there are awesome. And they said the best are down in the SEC, so I just wanted to go play against the best week in and week out.
I need you to tell me what makes Coach Hartley so special. And the reason I ask it that way is he had you and Darnell Washington in the same tight end room. And I got to think that there ain't a whole lot of coaching needs to go on there, but you guys obviously wanted to play for him.
Yeah, I mean, Coach Hartley's an awesome dude. I mean, he helps us out with more than just football. He helps out with life and everything outside of football as well. But, I mean, he's a man. He's awesome. And I honestly think he's the best coach in the country.
I got to talk with Nakobe Dean about playing for Coach Smart, mechanical engineering major. I'm going to add in here your finance major. Do you have a great story you can tell us about Coach Smart being so himself, hyped up, ready to go, getting after everybody?
Yeah, not really a specific story, but I'd just say every single day at practice, he had a loud mic that he'd walk around with, and it's wired to all like speakers around the practice field. So, you could be on a complete different field and you'd hear your name called and you'd be all freaked out and scared. You're just paranoid the whole time, just not wanting to get your name called on the loudspeaker.
Did he ever get on you for getting after his defense in a way that, hey, look, now you're just showing off?
No, it usually wasn't the most positive stuff. It was usually him, if you messed up, him yelling at you or just getting on you to do stuff right, I guess.
We're getting ready for the Super Bowl. It's obviously Super Bowl media week. We got two of the great tight ends in the sport, and George Kittle and Travis Kelce, playing in this game. I wonder, did you model any of your game after them or any other tight end?
Yeah, I mean, growing up, I loved to watch Gronk. I mean, he was a man when I was growing up, watching him play, and then I'd say model my game after those two, definitely. I mean, they're the two best tight ends in the game, and just excited to watch play this weekend.
You are at the pinnacle of what I think of as the evolution of the tight end, where there's not a whole hell of a lot that you can't do. Catching, passing, your size being 6'4", 240. Is there a specific aspect of your game that you are trying to show the NFL as you prepare for the NFL draft going through this process?
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of every single facet of my game. I need to show off because, I mean, you're going to be playing against the best. You want to be at your best. And, I mean, it's the best league in the world. So, I mean, you have a job to do and you're expected to do. So, I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited to get it going.
You're the rare guy that shows up as a tight end that can play right away, that nobody thinks is out of position. And I say that as a guy who looks at other players and going, maybe that guy needs to be playing tight end, maybe that guy needs to be playing wide receiver. Was there ever any aspect of you that wanted to play a different position?
Yeah, I mean, growing up, I think we all want to be quarterbacks or running backs, and that's what I always wanted to be. And I played a little bit of both in high school, and just kind of fit in better at tight end. I mean, I could catch the ball. I wasn't afraid to stick my face in there and block, and yeah, it just kind of worked out for me.
Was there a defender that ever gave you a hard time, a guy that you matched up against going, okay, today's going to be all day?
Man, I'd say the two people that come to mind is Will Anderson and Aiden Hutchinson. Those two dudes were freaky athletic and big. And I mean, and another dude actually is during practice at Georgia, Trayvon Walker, my freshman year. He got after us a little bit.
So guys that are going to get drafted among the first 5 in the NFL draft are the guys that are going to give you a hard time. Thinking about that list, yeah. Trayvon Walker, Will Anderson, and Aiden Hutchinson, right? Defensive Rookie of the Year, a guy that has Detroit playing its best football in my entire life, right? And then Trayvon, a guy that kind of snuck up on me as we're heading into the draft, but you really had a beat on. Given those matchups and given what it says about you that, A, you picked them out, B, you got the better of them in most cases, is there a part of you that's going, okay, yeah, I'm ready for the NFL, or are you still kind of awestruck by what this league is?
Yeah, I think it's definitely be some of that when I first get there, just like, oh my, like there's like I see these people on TV all the time, and there's definitely been some of that. I mean, I think the first couple of weeks, but once I get settled in, I should hopefully be all right, and just getting used to everything that's new.
So Brock, I'm a car guy. I've always been a car guy. I spend a lot of time looking at Autotrader, seeing if there's something that I can get perhaps to fix up for myself. But I gather, is that the way that you use Autotrader?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna start using it. I mean, my first big purchase is probably gonna be a car after I get to the NFL, and they're just gonna help me with that, make it easy, make it streamlined, and really just help me out and make it easy because I want to focus on football and not on that side of it.
Depending on where you end up, man, EV might be the way to go. But either way, dude, you are a high-powered vehicle yourself, dog. Like I look at you and I'm going, my goodness, somebody's going to get an outstanding player. Brock Bowers, thank you so much for taking time to join us here on the #1 College Football Show.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
If you like what you've seen, consider subscribing to the #1 College Football Show on YouTube, the Fox Sports app, or wherever you get your podcast.